side. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me just say that last night's tragic fire, other than 9/11, was the worst loss of life from fire in our city in almost 28 years. The Happy Land fire, which occurred in 1990. So we're in the midst right now of the worst month for loss of life in our city for fire in the past 10 years. 12 people tragically died here. 7 women, 5 men, 5 children, 7 adults. 4 other people remain hospitalized with critical injuries and are seriously fighting for their lives right now. So this fire is, I said last night, historic. It certainly is in our city to have a loss of life like this. Fire marshals have been here all night trying to determine the cause, and they have determined it. And we found that this fire started in the kitchen on the first floor. It started from a young boy, 3.5 years old, playing with the burners on the stove. The fire got started. The mother was not aware of it, was alerted by the young man screaming. She exited her apartment with her 2-year-old and 3-year-old and left the door open. So this fire quickly spread up the stairs. Fire travels up. The stairway acted like a chimney. It took the fire so quickly upstairs that people had very little time to react. They couldn't get back down the stairs. Those that tried, a few of them perished. Others escaped, were helped out onto the fire escapes, were taken down by our members. So although our members got here in a little over 3 minutes and bravely entered the building and did everything they could, and did save a number of residents, this loss is unprecedented. It is the time of year where people celebrate, and certainly here we have people who've lost their lives, lost their homes, lost everything, and we grieve with them as everyone in this city should and does at this terrible time. Again, the lessons here of children left unattended. The mother was in the apartment, but certainly not in close proximity to this young boy. How dangerous this can be. And also, you've seen the ads, close the door, close the door, close the door. If unfortunately you do have a fire in your apartment, you must close the door when you exit, because the results, if you don't, are what happened here last night. And it's just, it saddens our entire department this time of year that our members are carrying out folks, and including young children. So that's the message we have this morning.
Did all the apartments in the building have fire alarms installed?
Well, I'm sure they all had them installed. Whether they were all working at the time, we're still determining that, so we don't know.
What about the first floor apartment where the child was playing with?
Still, I still don't have that information about the smoke alarms.
Who made the initial 911 call? How long was the fire from the initial box to the control time?
I don't know where the call came from. How long was the... I don't understand the question.
Just how long did the fire
Response time?
Response time was a little over 3 minutes, from the time of the call to the time our units arrived at the scene.
And how long was the fire going for?
At that
time now was 1851, under control 21 times.
After we got here, it was a few hours before it was put under control, but most of the deaths occurred very early in the operation, some of them before we even arrived.
Commissioner, does the age and the structure of the building, did that play a role in how quickly the fire spread?
Well, fire spreads up the open stairway. That certainly happens. There's nothing structurally about the building that's unusual that would contribute to it, other than the fact that, like I say, the stairway, if fire enters a hall, open stairs act as chimneys. Fire seeks air. People open their windows to get out onto the fire escapes, and it creates this condition where it brings the fire up the stairs and into their apartments.
So did victims ever get out of their apartments? Or
Some of them did. There was as many as 20 people out on the fire escape when our units arrived. But some of them, there were 5 people pronounced dead in this building. Some of them did not get out of the building.
Commissioner, can you talk about the report of the baby being in the bathtub at the time of
I can tell you that of the 5 people that were pronounced dead in the building that never were transported to the hospital, one of them was a young child. That I can tell you. That we don't have information on yet, but we were told the boy had a history of playing with the burners and turning them on, and before the mother knew it, this fire had gotten a good hold in the kitchen. She said it was a lot of fire, a lot of smoke, grabbed the children and ran out.
Can you clarify for us why it is that people were not able to get out, the people who died, Professor, why they couldn't get out?
Well, as the fire travels up the stairs, that would be people's first inclination is generally to leave the way they come in. Some people came out of their apartment and were faced with this fire. Others had to go back in, seek another way out, maybe were overcome by smoke. It was a combination of smoke that killed people and burns.
Do you know how many residents
Are
live
you
in
still
the building?
searching the building?
I believe there were 25 apartments in the building. I don't know the number of residents. We're not still searching the building. The searches were completed last night. Everyone has been accounted for.
Would you
Thank you, sir.
characterize the
Is there
cause
one
as
ignited
rare
on the
in your experience? Have you seen this?
Children starting fires is not rare. The department has a program to educate children, and we get 75 to 100 referrals a year about children that have issues with playing with fire, being fascinated by fire. So it's not particularly unusual, but very sad.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Did something ignite from the stove?